Hi, everybody. Joe Chaffee here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. If you're a landscaper, you want to make your house look great on the outside, give them a call. 631-756-1125 is the phone number for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. And also brought to you by our affiliate, Tempest, by WeatherFlow. Get the revolutionary Tempest weather system and join the fastest growing observing network on the planet. The link to the Tempest website is on the descriptor to this video. Use the coupon code Joe and Joe Weather Show, and guess what? You get an extra 10% off. All right, let's take a look at what's going on today. We have some red flag warnings up for New Jersey because of the bone dry conditions. I think that the bone dry conditions basically apply to pretty much everywhere in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. So just be aware of the risk that there's a risk of some brush fires developing. Also, we have winter storm warnings up in parts of northern Montana into northwestern North Dakota with winter weather advisories surrounding that. And also inside all of that, we've got flood advisories for melting snows because of the kind of winter they've had out there. So it's a real mess when it comes to the month of April with still additional snowfall coming down, and then you've got snow melt. Meanwhile, in the Northeast, we still have this upper low that's sitting in eastern Canada. The southern edge of that upper low, or at least the influence of that upper low, extends down through the Northeast. And you can see where the southern edge of the cloud line is. Northeast Pennsylvania to about New York City, into southern New England. That should gradually retreat northward as we go through the day. We've got some energy and some thunderstorms moving through the upper Midwest. You can see that little swirl there, that tight swirl in northeastern Montana is the next storm system. That is going to be no factor here. So we're just waiting for this system to the northeast of us to pull out just far enough to the north so that we can get into a good deal of sunshine. And I think that's going to be the case if you're south and west of New York City today, all the way down the East Coast. It's just gorgeous. You've got no issues. The radars are quiet. North and east of New York City, just into upstate New York and southern and southeastern New England, you have to give a little time to get all these clouds out of the way. Some sprinkles and flurries well up into upstate New York. Those should also gradually disappear. And the radar as of 8 a.m. Eastern time, you can see what's going on down in Minnesota into Wisconsin. The curl on the radar tells you that there's a fairly strong shortwave there with some showers and heavy rain. And the curl that you see back in northeastern Montana is telling you that there's heavy snow over there. Storm Prediction Center, marginal risk from Texas northeastward into Iowa and Wisconsin. We've got a slight risk from Iowa down into Oklahoma, and that comes with a 2 to 5% tornado risk. This does not look like it's going to be a widespread severe weather outbreak, but there will be clusters and some lines of thunderstorms that'll develop later today and tonight. Tomorrow into Friday morning, we've got slight risk from northeast Texas into southeast Missouri, and that also is going to come with a 2% tornado risk. On day 3, which is Friday into Saturday, slight risk along the Gulf Coast to Texas into southwest Louisiana, marginal risk into Mississippi, general thunderstorm risk starting to run all the way up into upstate New York. The eastern edge of that reaches about New York City and Philadelphia, but I would just point out that that would be more for Saturday morning than it would be for the daytime Friday. And as far as rainfall is concerned, and this should come mostly with the next cold front on Sunday, we're looking at anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to as much as 1.5 inches from northeastern Pennsylvania up the Hudson Valley into western Connecticut and western Massachusetts. Also seeing several inches of rain forecast for the lower Mississippi Valley down to the Louisiana Gulf Coast, and also several inches of rain for the Pacific Northwest with some snow up in the Cascades. So today we're going to have sunshine. Temperatures will probably make their way back up into the 60s. North and east, a little bit more cloud cover. Going to have to be patient. There'll be a bit of a gusty breeze for a while until the gradient kind of settles down. Thursday, I think we should see temperatures reach up into the 70s. There's a little bit of a warm front there that sets up across upstate New York, but I don't expect it to have much impact other than maybe some clouds tomorrow morning. And then as we head on into the rest of Thursday, we'll climb up through the 70s. I think we'll see temperatures we reach into the 80s away from the ocean on Friday. This is going to be a little bit different than the warm-up last week in that we don't have a west wind. It's going to be more of a south or southwest wind. Might even go southeast during the day on Friday, and that'll actually hold temperatures down, particularly along the coast. You see to the west, the front that's approaching the areas of severe weather. This is Friday morning. It takes another 2 days for that front to move close enough to the east coast. The first push with this low on Friday goes up into eastern Canada, so we have to wait. I think Saturday should be okay. Temperatures probably in the 70s, low 80s inland. And then we're going to get into some rain and maybe even a few thunderstorms Saturday night. And on Sunday, that front's going to be somewhat slow moving, but it looks like it wants to inch through a little bit faster. And if it does that, it'll probably hold down the rainfall amounts. But we're going to have to really take a closer look at this since we still got 5 days to get there. All right, so that pretty much covers it today. We will be on tonight, the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So by all means, please join us, and we'll have the outlook for the rest of the week, the weekend, and we will take a look at the long range.